So today is August 2nd, not August 1st. I had to do a lot of work for this video exactly. That's why I had to push it back a day. So thank you guys for patiently waiting. But it is August. Can't believe it's already August. This year has flown by. But regardless, on August 9th, so a week from today, we will be getting the July monthly awards. You guys absolutely loved my June monthly awards predictions. One of my best videos so far in 2023. So let's run it back and let's go through some attribute and just cards overall for my July monthly awards predictions. So starting with the captains first, for the pitching captain, we have Rob Nen. Now, like I said in the previous one, for the captains, it's kind of just like a guess where you just guess someone random and hope that it works out. I actually guessed Ron Guidry, so that was pretty cool. But I tried to think of 99s from set 1 that have only gotten a 99 and could get another card that a lot of people like. And I instantly thought of Chipper Jones. And then for pitching wise, not necessarily that everyone likes, or that was a spoiler for my hitting captain. But Rob Nen, 95 overall as the pitching captain, having these attributes, 103, 110, 119, with 99 velo, with a good pitch mix, without even the captain boost, would be a great captain. And then, like I said, I have Chipper Jones as the July monthly awards hitting captain. If we got a card like this as a hitting captain, it would probably be the best captain in the game, maybe outside of Blake Trinan, but switch hitter, basically just like the 99, but just everything is worse because it's a 95. But it's Chipper Jones. His swing is amazing. He would be a really good card and a really good captain that people would feel comfortable with in their starting lineup. Starting off the 95s, we have CJ Abrams from the Washington Nationals. Now, he was in the Juan Soto trade. He's one of their biggest prospects. And he's been struggling a little, but he had a great month of July, which is great to see for Washington. He hit 327 with 3 homers and 8 RBIs, and he had many multi-hit and steal games in July. So as you can see, he has high speed, and just overall a bounce hitter, can play a ton of spots, would be a solid 95. Nathaniel Lowe from Texas. I feel like this guy is so underrated. He hit 333, and he had an OPS of 1,000. That is something that I didn't really know that Nathaniel Lowe did. But he should be rewarded with a pretty nice Player of the Month card. Now, every time I do these predictions, it's been more and more challenging to find a catching option, specifically for this one. Connor Wong, I had no idea he even played catcher, but he had a good month for Boston. He hit 328, didn't have any homers, but he had a very high OPS versus righties, which shows the 93 power. He hit righties a lot better than lefties, and is okay defensively, but he would be a pretty solid catcher option. Now here's another Washington National. We have Kyle Finnegan, a reliever from the Nationals. When I was going through the stats of relievers in the month, I was shocked to see a bunch of these guys that are on these lists because I didn't even know about a bunch of these guys. Obviously, I knew who Kyle Finnegan was because I play MLB The Show, but I didn't know he was a good reliever. He would be, pretty high per nines, good velo, fastball, slider, splitter. 4 saves, 1.54 ERA, and he only surrendered 1 homer and two walks. So he would be a pretty good reliever. Another reliever is Jordan Hicks of the St. Louis Cardinals. Now, he did get traded at the deadline to the Blue Jays, but this is a card from the month of July, so it's going to be for the Cardinals, and it's going to hold true for one of my 98s. Just want to point that out. Little hint. But anyway, Jordan Hicks, he used to be a starting pitcher for a little, so his stamina isn't going to be 25. Throws super hard, so the velo is going to be 99, and it's going to have outlier in the sinker. With high hits per 9 and pitching clutch, would be a really good 95 reliever. Another 95 reliever is Kevin Ginkel of the Diamondbacks. Yet another Diamondbacks reliever could get a Player of the Month card. We had Scott McGough. We had somebody else, I can't remember, I'm pretty sure. But Kevin Ginkel, 3 saves, a .90 ERA with a .80 whip. Now, Paul Sewell just got traded to the Diamondbacks, so don't expect Kevin Ginkel to close any more games. But he's still an elite reliever, at least in the month of July. Only gave a 1 earned runs in 10 innings, would have good per nines, good home runs per 9, good velo and break. Yimi Garcia from the Blue Jays, another reliever, 4-seam slider, slurve, sinker, circle change. So instantly that pitch mix is disgusting with 99 velocity and good control with the 104 walks per 90, 94 control. This would be a great reliever. Now in the last program, they gave us one random 96 overall. It was Lane Thomas, so I have 196 overall in this presentation, and it's Mickey Moniak from the Angels having a breakout year. He was with the Phillies. He was a top prospect for them, didn't really pan out. Was in, I'm pretty sure, the Logan O'Hoppe for Brandon Marsh. I don't know what trade exactly, but he got traded. He might have gotten cut and then signed, but whatever. Mickey Moniak having a great year. He is continuing this breakout season with an on-base percentage of .343 and a slugging of .457 in the month. Has better splits against righties, but good month. Brendan Donovan unfortunately just went down with the season-ending injury, but that was after his amazing month. This card would be really nice. I know he isn't good against lefties. I mean, his splits were horrendous. I mean, really good against righties, but pretty bad against lefties. He'd have great defensive flexibility, can play everywhere in the infield and outfield except first base, and he would be a good pinch hitter versus righties. When I was looking at Wilmer Flores' numbers, he has been an insanely underrated player his whole career, has constantly had an OPS plus above 100, which is the league average, so he's been an above average hitter basically his whole career. He hit .383 in the month of July, so the contact is going to be really high. I took a look at his splits. The average versus lefties was in the 400s, and then a little less for the righties. That's why 125 contact left. Good clutch as well. Can play the entire infield. He would be a pretty cool card to see. Adbert Alzolay from the Cubs has been one of the bright spots, or I don't want to say bright spots because they've been winning. And another bright spot is in this video. You probably saw in the thumbnail. But Adbert Alzolay would be a great reliever to get a diamond card. Slider, four-seam, sinker, cutter, slurve. Disgusting pitch mix. 125 pitch and clutch, 99 velo, 99 break. This card would be very good. Joel Payamps from Milwaukee. I knew he existed, but it kind of like Kyle Finnegan, didn't know he was actually good. He has taken over what Devin Williams was last year before Josh Hader got traded. He's the setup guy for Milwaukee, and he has been lights out. He had 6 holds with a 1.50 ERA. He had a pretty good Ks per 9 in July. 100 hits per 9 is good. He's going to have great control and clutch, and a pretty solid pitch mix. Now, Andrew Abbott did get a Tops Now card last year, but I could see him getting a Player of the Month card. I think he should get honored for the season he has had so far. Now, look, July hasn't been as good as it was in June, but if you look at his numbers, it's really inflated off of one bad start. I mean, four-seam curveball, circle change slurve would be a okay pitch mix with great per 9s and pretty good clutch and a lefty pitcher. So, cool to see. Here's another guy who I had no idea was dealing in the MLB. Kyle Bradish is having a great season for Baltimore. Four-seam slider, 12-6, circle change, two-seam. So unfortunately, he has the Joe Random pitch mix. But he's deserving of a card. So here he is, 102 stamina. Overall, just a balanced 97. Eloy Jimenez has been really good for Chicago. He has been known for a power bat. And he had an OPS of around, I think, 850. He recorded 16... Holy English. He recorded a hit in 16 of 20 games, 9 of those being multi-hit games. So the contact is going to be good. The power is going to be good. Defense, obviously not going to be good. It's Eloy Jimenez, but you can just throw him in at DH. Now here's another guy who unfortunately went down with an injury. It was pretty sad the way it happened because it hit him right in the face. He's going to be okay, but he's going to be on the 60-day IL. Taylor Ward of the Angels. He had an amazing month. He deserves a Player of the Month card. 98 overall, 304 average, 5 homers, 17 RBIs. He had a 424 on base and a 1.047 OPS. Primarily against lefties, he would be a little unbalanced with the hitting stats, but, cool to see Taylor Ward get a card. Chas McCormick of Houston was known for his defense last year, but is now breaking out hitting-wise. 99, 125, 105, 100 for the hitting stats with 103 clutch, hitting 351 in the month. OPS of 1.128, slugging 688. That's a great month. He's deserving of a card. Rafael Devers has had a pretty bad year compared to everything else that he has accomplished in his career, but he did have a good month of July, so a nice 98 overall wouldn't hurt, especially because he's probably not going to be up for a finest card this year. 96, 100, 116, 112 would be a great hitting card. I love Rafael Devers' swing. He destroys me, so we're even. But he had an OPS of 1.057, slugging 646, so deserving of a card. Here's another Houston Astro, JP France from the Astros, of course. I just said that. Sometimes things come up in my mind when I'm saying it, and then it just doesn't make any sense, but whatever. Four-seam cutter change, 12-6 slider, so not a bad pitch mix. 113 stamina. The per 9s, I would assume would be a little lower just because he is I don't want to say young, but he hasn't played too much in the majors. But overall, JP France, 98 overall, definitely deserving of it. 2.30 ERA, 4-0 record, 1.24 whip. And he reached the 7th inning of 4 of his starts. So that's also good. That's why he has high stamina. Aaron Savali is the guy who I was talking about when I was mentioning Jordan Hicks being traded. He got traded from the Guardians to the Rays, but he still had an amazing month with the Guardians. Cutter, four-seam curve, slider, sinker. Great pitch mix. Velo's a little low. You would like that to be higher, but per nines are great. Walks per nine are great. 109 is for pitching clutch is great. Obviously, this is all just a mock-up by me. I made all of this. That's why it took me so long to make this video. But 1.45 ERA in all of his starts. Never allowed he did allow 2 or less earned runs in each of his starts. That's an elite month. And lastly, we have the Lightning card. It is so obvious. It's going to be Cody Bellinger. If it's not Cody Bellinger, I would be completely shocked. He was amazing for the Cubs. He hit 400. He had an OPS of 1.122. He was probably the best hitter in the month of July. If you look at the splits, they're pretty balanced hitting-wise. This is probably going to be the best Cody Bellinger card that we're going to get, unless they screw him. I hope they don't. But 114, 125, 121, 118 with 111 clutch. 97 vision and 89 discipline, too. He didn't really strike out nearly as much as Judge and Ohtani did, so hopefully they don't nerf his vision for you legend players. And his defense has always been amazing, and he has pretty good speed. Can also play first base. This would be an amazing Lightning card. So yeah, that's going to be it for this video. If you guys are new here, follow me on all my social medias, Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, but most importantly, make sure you subscribe right here on YouTube. So yeah, see you guys in the next one. Peace.